Hi class, good morning. Today we'll be discussing our next topic, which is perceiving and choosing the destination, and the other one is tourist typologies. As usual, do not forget to sign your attendance, very important. Okay, let us move to the slide characterizing tourist destinations. For today's class, we will be having two videos for you to watch. First is the tips for you to choose a destination, and the other one is about the ranking of countries visited by tourists. Okay, uh, for the current slide, the first point: tourist destinations are viewed and presented in selective and diverse ways. And the other one, there are nothing natural but the various landscape built by tourists, since they are the result of the history of human intervention, which has manipulated nature in ways conducive to economic growth. Alright, before I move on to the next slide, let us watch a movie first. You see the trend is aggressively moving. Okay, look at the countries. I bet that you don't expect this country will be the top one of the countries in the whole world in the 2020, the most visited country in the world 2020. Relatively fast growing, and there are some numbers decline as well. Guess which country, class? Top 1. Agak-agak country yang mana satu? Now France number 1. Adakah dia akan bertahan? But now it's 2012. Now 2013, still France number 1. 7 years ago. This statistic is based on last year, 2020, the latest. Near to 2020. 2019. Yeah, COVID, January 2020. Siapa sangka Mexico dapat tangga nombor 1 last year December 2020. Siapa sangka? Tak pernah orang sangka kan, betul? Alright. Six system for characterizing tourist destination now. Tadi before we move on to the next slide, we might want to go to the previous slide. Tengok dia punya point number 1, tourist destinations are viewed and presented in selective and diverse ways. So what are the selective and diverse ways? Okay, you look at this label first. Okay, there are activities, setting, facilities, service, host, management. Okay, there are different emphasis on those different labels. For the activities, the emphasis is the physical. For the service and host and management, the emphasis are the social. Okay, there are 3 socials there. So if you look here at that right hand side table or the column, characteristic and example of the system. So you have the label activities there. It is characterized by the listings, profiles, and GIS approach. Do you know what is GIS? Global Information System. Okay, about the setting. Setting is about tempat, about the place, about the locality. Okay, emphasis on physical. Okay, activities done by human being. Setting managed by the human being as well. Facilities being constructed, being set up, installed by the physical, by the human being. Alright, for the physical, public management agencies use of zones using a biophysical basis, and the facilities, micro environments and servicescapes, the immediate physical basis. Facilities is very important. If you don't have any facilities at destinations, then the destinations will be deserted. It will be like padang pasir, nothing that you can enjoy while the visitors are at that particular destination. So service is more on the social because it interact with human being. It caters for the hospitality. It's about the personnel, right? The people who work together. Service. So the service should be friendliness, hospitable, fast, alright, and on time service. And host should be affable, should be welcoming, alright. Marhaban, selamat datang, host, yes, supaya all these visitors ataupun tourists will be feel that they are celebrated, diraikan. Makna kata kehadiran mereka disenangi ramai, disenangi oleh host. Okey, tuan rumah. Okey, tuan rumah. Macam kita datang rumah orang, kita rasa tetamu rasa tenteram sebab tuan rumah ni dia mesra. Tuan rumah banyak membantu. Tuan rumah menganggap kita, memuliakan kita sebagai tetamu, sebagai raja. Macam tu. And then pengurusan, who are these pengurusan? The government. And who are these the government? Could be the agencies, could be the tourism officers, could be the heritage managers. So all those are known as management who manage the visitors at this public space. Okay, we move on to the next slide. Some examples. Okay, these are some of the activities, and you could see the management, you could see the setting, you could see the locality, you could see the facilities, you could see and feel the services as well. Alright, these are some maps here. Okay, you see the hospitality, you see the services, you see the attribute of welcoming, you see the attribute of peaceful and cheerful and pretty environment as well, pretty landscape kan, landscape yang cantik, dan kita pun suka nak pergi kat situ. Communicating the destination's characteristic. Apa dia? Overt. Overt tu dalam bahasa Melayu yang apa? Overt tu terang-terangan. Overt. Induce tu maksudnya kata perangsang. Okay. Over introduce number one, traditional forms of advertising through radio, television, brochure. This is very common in class. So always everybody always label radio, television, brochure, media, but specifically in terminology in academic, it is known as overt induced. Overt induced number one. Overt induced number two, apa dia? Materials received through travel agents to operators and wholesalers. So you have your friends working travel agents to operators. So majority of these personnel always make some deliberate effort, and that effort is continuously to disseminate awareness to the travelers out there. Okay, that's all called overt induced. Basically, travel agent to operators, wholesalers ni, they disseminate information through their social media platform, advertising in that one, number one, radio, television, brochures as well. Okay, but the different part of the travel agent to operator and wholesale for the over induced too could probably they are using the knowledge of their personnel, like the travel consultant, the tour manager, so the tour guide. Okay, that is the what we call overt induced number two. Covert ni Melayunya lebih kurang sembunyi-sembunyi ataupun benda yang kita tak nampak di belakang tabir lah, macam tu, something like that. Alright. Fascination supported by celebrities. The other one, COVID-induced number two, unsponsored travel writing. Okay, sometimes we don't know who this kind of celebrity who are on behalf of that particular company speak on behalf of the company. Kadang-kadang kita tak kenal selebriti yang baru nak naik ni kan. Kalau yang top celebrity tu kita kenal lah. There are too many young celebrities comes to the surface of the industry kan. Unsponsored travel writing. Okay, ni pun kita pun tak tahu juga kan, tak nampak, tapi you notice the existence of this travel writing. You know the existence or aware of these celebrities supporting these certain companies. Autonomous image formation. Ni kira macam masuk dalam iklan, bila orang tengok apa-apa, dia macam automatically orang aware of that particular destination. Tengok movie kan ada iklan, tengok TV ada iklan kan, kadang-kadang tengok YouTube dokumentari tiba-tiba ada pop-up iklan, tu nama dia autonomous image formation. Alright. The other one is unsolicited organic image formation agent. Wow, apa dia? That is what we call information received from individuals who have previously visited destination. Yang paling mudah is your friends or your relative. I've been to Fremantle last year. Tu dia balik to Malaysia, tell the story about his enjoyable tour at Fremantle kat Perth kan. Dia kata apa, dekat Fremantle tu ada satu pokok, bukan satu pokok, ada banyak pokok ru yang tinggi, gigantic. Pokok ru yang besar tu, ada pine tree kan, dia punya batang dia besar macam pokok balak, tinggi. Lepas tu dia punya tanah tu semuanya covered with green grass. So bila summer ramai orang berkelah dekat bawah tu, macam tu lah kan. Dia macam cantik lah kat situ. Lepas tu pine tree tu duduk dekat sebelah arbor, dekat Fremantle, dekat dengan arbor, dekat pelabuhan. Alright, dia cerita macam tu. That's what we call unsolicited organic image formation agents. The other ones, solicited organic image formation, word of mouth advertising. Kawan-kawan cakap, makcik bawang, pakcik bawang, your relative. Kadang-kadang bila kita borak-borak ada orang cerita, orang ni, okay. And the last one is organic, experience of having personally visited the site you yourself. Organic, original contribution. Alright. Destination image. Semua destination dia ada image dia. Melaka, image history. Penang, image about beach, heritage and food. Kan, Penang rich in food. Melaka also rich in food, tapi the dominant heritage and history. Kota Baru culture, Terengganu culture. Tapi kalau kata Terengganu tu culture-nya apa? Culture apa? Batik. Terengganu batik, Kota Baru kopok leko culture, Mak Yong. Wow. Johor food, tapi Johor ni dia tak perkuat sangat lah, alright. Perak. Perak Perak ada dia tak very, dia is not very really strong. Dia ada banyak elemen kat dalam tu. History pun ada, bahasa pun ada, makanan dia. Tapi kalau this one, Negeri Sembilan, no doubt bahasa, budaya dia kan, Minangkabau tu, adat perpatih, and the other one, mesti tak boleh lagi daripada ni, iaitu masak cili api tu kan, masak lemak cili api. Sedapnya kan bulan puasa ni masak lemak cili api. Destination image. Kalau Sabah sudah tentulah ada Gunung Kinabalu kan, macam Cameron Highland, ada ladang teh, that's what we call destination image. So more destination ada dia punya image dia tersendiri. You yourself ada image tersendiri kan. Kita tak ikut image orang lain. Dia mesti ada image yang authentic. Okay. Now, tourism research and destination image definitions from the historic to the contemporary. So daripada Hunt 1975 sampai Phelps 1986. Alright. So daripada tahun 75, tahun 86 sampailah 2021, dia punya cerita definition semuanya berpusing setempat, berpusing di pusat yang sama. Tentang perception, tentang expression of knowledge, tentang belief, kepercayaan, tentang reflection or representation of a culture, by using our sensory. Sensory tu apa? Kita lihat melalui mata, kita dengar telinga, menghidu kan, makanan, melihat apa ni, orang kata warna-warni kehidupan. Tu semua benda yang overall impression and perception of impression of a place. Sampai 2021 benda yang sama, dia berpusing di pusat yang sama. Alright, dia tidak berubah. Cuma yang ni Han 1975 sampailah 1986. For the 11 years study ini, dia mengalami orang kata perkembangan yang ketara lah. Okay. Now kita tengok pada tahun 87 pula, orang mula dah bercerita tentang a mental representation of an object, person or place or event which is not physically before the observer. Okay. Contoh macam berada di Afamusa there, berada di Afamusa, you are standing right in front of the Santiago Bastion. People start to think about what is happening before at that particular setting. Kan? Berada di sebelah Santiago Gate, you will notice two flight of staircase, tapi it's in the form of ruins. Kan, ada nampak dua tangga kiri dan kanan, tapi dalam bentuk ruins. Nanti ada orang akan orang kata self raise questions, ataupun dia become curious. Kenapa ada dua tangga dalam bentuk ruins, dalam bentuk runtuhan? Sebenarnya bangunan ni bangunan apa? Semua orang start to interrogate. Dia macam curious. Alright. Macam bila kanak-kanak melihat sesuatu, dia try to ask question. So many of the tourists, when they are on top of St. Paul's Hill, berada di atas puncak bukit St. Paul, berada di dalam St. Paul's Church, di atas St. Paul's Church itu, di atas St. Paul's Church itu ada orang kata open space, sepatutnya ada bumbung. Lepas tu ada safe raise questions. Dia curious, why there's no roof at that particular structure? Kenapa tak ada bumbung? Kan, dia akan bertanya kepada soalan itu. And then kenapa San Francis Xavier lost one of his arm. Exactly which arm? Right arm. Tangan dia tak ada, sebelah lengan dia. Kenapa? Putus kenapa? Okay, dia ada self-raised question. Dia start to interrogate, start to become curious. Frigian dia pasal ni mental representation. Alright. Ahmad 1991, when tourists as buyers see and feel. Nampak dan merasai when the destination or its attraction come to mind as a place suited for the pursuit of leisure. Dan sampailah kepada Gardner complex combination, sampailah Kotler net result of person's belief, ideas, feeling, expectation, impression. Kena ingatlah dulu people watch for movie, dia tengok movie tak pernah fikir apa pun tentang punya logik ke, tentang shadow ke, tentang whatever it is, kan dia tak pernah fikir. Tapi bila sekarang kita tengok, bila orang tengok movie, they become critical. Dia lihat kepada the logic or the filming, kan, about the music, the arrangement of the music. Sometimes orang yang tengok wayang tu dah jadi macam director pula, dia criticize the quality of that movie. Perasan tak dulu orang tengok movie, dia tengok macam ni kan, lepas tu ketawa, dia ketawa, kalau sedih dia sedih, macam tu. Tak ada apa orang fikir. Sekarang dia dah lain tau. Sebab visitors nowadays, dia dah berevolusi kepada I am a visitor, but I need and expect that I gain something which is very extraordinary. They look for this element extraordinary. Sebab apa? I have invested so much of my money for this kind of holiday. I don't want to ruin my holiday. I need a very quality holiday. Macam I need something beneficial, something which give me some education element. Kan? Sebab dulu orang pergi holiday just to relax, release stress, kan? Release stress and relieve stress as well. Mungkin. Tetapi sekarang ni, dia nak beyond that. Dia nak something which add some value to their intellect. Macam tu, wah, macam susah tu kan. So sebab tu lah many of these destinations around the world, dia dah try to rectify this problem by integrating more of the educational interpretation. And then sampailah to the Barlow Law and McLeary 1999, an additional construct consisting of an individual's mental representation, knowledge, feelings and global impression about an object or destination. Tahun 2000, a mental prototype. Way kan, mental prototype lah. Wow, bagaimana nak memahami visitor ni, apa yang dia nak sebenarnya. Tengok daripada dulu, since the last 40 years ago, orang yang tengok kepada perception saja, perception, tanggapan baik ke tempat ni, okey ke tidak ni. Tapi sekarang dia dah berubah, berevolusi. Okay, visitors would like to have to understand about what is happening there, what is happening now. Kan, kadang-kadang dia menyalahkan, try to become. Itulah, kadang-kadang kita tengok dekat Facebook, bila ada komen whatsoever, sometimes ada banyak penceramah tak bertauliah ataupun the so-called keyboard warrior. Sama juga dengan visitor, sama juga. Alright, dia akan try to criticize everything that something which is to them displeasure. Dia punya expectation is very high, kan? So you can't expect that visitors always consume what always consume as it is. Dia tak boleh. Dia nak consume something, dia nak interrogate the quality of that particular example meal. Kan? Masa dulu 1970s, kan? Pergi makan kat kedai warung mana-mana, we never interrogate question about the quality of the food, halal ke. Makan kat kedai Cina minum kopi, kan? Kat kedai Cina minum relax, tak ada masalah. Tak ada masalah. But now, pergi mana-mana, orang akan tanya makanan ni halalan thayyiban. Dulu halal saja, sekarang ni nak halalan thayyiban. ada halal jakim ke tidak. Dia akan tengok kepada tu. And now lagi very complicated. Beli makanan in pack ke ataupun dekat makanan dekat grocery store, dia nak tengok ada the certain group dia tengok buy Muslim first. Tengok dia dari berevolusi kan, macam tu lah. Lagi pula pada zaman last year, PPIM they introduce this kind of 3 label, tapi this one is not orang kata not having the intention from the government, belum dapat perhatian daripada government tentang 3 logo ni. Dia nak hasilkan 3 logo halal jakim. Logo warna hijau, the company own 100% by Muslim. Okay. Logo warna kuning, the ownership of the company owned by Muslim, non-Muslim. Logo halal jakim warna merah, the company 100% owned by non-Muslim. So as a Muslim, kau pilih yang mana satu. Tapi government is not really paying attention to this one, sebab masa dia buat proposal tu overlapping dengan case COVID. So case COVID mendahului yang this one, dia mungkin keep KIV lah, keep in view. Alright, a model of destination choice process. Okay, this one ni dah. Kalau tengok dekat sini, example of Australian, okay, tengok Australian day trips, ada male, female, Australian holidays, kita tengok macam ni kan. Okay, tengok dia mana finding information is by gender. Who make the decision? Ibu atau ayah? What to do? Children. Spending amount, siapa yang menyelesaikannya? Ibu. Find decision, male and female ialah ibu dan ayah. Alright. As compared to the Singaporean day trips, ni orang Asia. Siapa yang buat suggestion nak pergi ke mana-mana? Male, female, children. Find information could be male and female, ibu dan ayah. Cari information about that particular setting or destination. What to do? Apa yang berada sini nak buat apa? Siapa punya keputusan? Male, female, children. Spending amount, ayah. Okay, ayah yang akan keluarkan duit. Final decision, nak pergi situ. Siapa nak buat? Ibu dan ayah. So, yang paling hujung sekali, the final decision would be ibu dan ayah, male and female. So, you might want to have your own what we call this one exercises for your weekly basis. Which one? If you are traveling your family, who would make the initial suggestion to go there? Who would find the information? So when you are at that particular destination, who decide the activities, and then the spending amount, of course, siapa, and then the final decision, siapa yang buat. Okay, kita cerita tentang general in your family, boleh. That would be your exercise. Okay. Conclusions. A rich view of destination image is required. Understanding the motive. Destination decisions have several components. Tadi kita dah cerita tadi dah. So now we move on to the next slide. Okay, next slide. Lesson about typologies of tourist behavior. Okay. Okay, this one banyak orang kata terms about the classification of tourists kan, but the classification of tourists is very easy. Kadang-kadang it's very straightforward. I have a video. This is from a YouTuber tentang tips for a budget traveler to choose a destination. Okay, let us watch a movie first. Just wait for a while.
Option within that place. So let's say you really have your heart set on Europe. Fabulous. Hey guys, alright, so if you have a ton of money to travel the world, doing whatever you want, whenever you want, this video is not for you. Congratulations, have an awesome trip. If you're like most of us and you don't have an unlimited travel budget, you've got to find a way to stretch your dollar. So today I thought we'd talk about how to choose a destination for travel when you're on a budget. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe below. I have 5 ideas for you, so let's jump in. First things first, look, if there is a place that you are just dying to go to, if it's on your bucket list, if you have always wanted to go to Paris, just go there, all right? You can make any destination work for you on a budget. There's a million things you can do to save money before you go, to save money while you're there, to spend less money in the country than you might otherwise. So if it is on your bucket list and there's a place you want to go, you should go there, absolutely go there. Do not let money kind of hold you back from enjoying a place that you have always wanted to go. However, if you are a little flexible on your destination, let's jump into how you can do that a little more cheaply. Okay, number 2, you can select your destination based on the cheapest airfare from your home country. So you might look for places that are not so far away. For those of you in the US, if you're on the East Coast, you might think of South America, the Caribbean, perhaps Canada if you're up north. If you're on the West Coast, a lot of times you can find some really great airfare deals to Asia and Australia. So one idea is to kind of go based on your location of origin. A great way to do this is to use the Kayak Explore feature. So you can select your
What is what kayak?
airport
Kayak is like
and your
an
budget
app, yeah?
and
Apps
the time of year you
that
want
you
to
can
go and kind of
compare
see
flight tickets
where the
all over the
deals
world.
are.
Kayak.
That is an
Murah
awesome
jugalah.
feature. Tip number 3,
Bagus.
go to the place where the prices at the destination are going to be the cheapest. Asia! Alright, can I please plug China here for a little bit? China is so affordable. Hotels, hostels, super cheap. The food, you can eat
But
amazing
for us here in
food
Semenanjung,
for
Malaysia,
pennies.
kalau nak pergi
Jesse and I
abroad,
would
yang
regularly
paling
go out
dekat
and get
dan murah,
huge bowls of
tapi
soup
yang this
and
YouTuber
noodles,
kata go
vegetables,
to the
and
China,
meat, a couple
but
of Cokes,
you
and
can
we'd
always
spend
consider
maybe,
Indonesia
$3 to
and
$5
Thailand. Yes.
total on a meal. So that savings adds up really quickly. It might cost a lot of money in airfare to get to China, but once you are there, you are going to save so much money compared to a European destination.
You can always opt for
Southeast
Vietnam as
Asia
well.
in general, you're going to find fabulous prices when you're on the ground. So you're going to pay more to get there. Once you're there, you are going to be able to travel magnificently for very little money. Tip number 4, go based on the time of year that you can travel. Let's say you've got kids in school and the only time you can travel is summer. Okay, summer is high season in a lot of places.
In
you are
Malaysia
gonna spend
scenario,
so much money,
travel,
and you're
weekdays
gonna be
and
in some crazy
bukan
crowds.
cuti
You
sekolah,
wanna go
not
to a
at the
lot
end of
of
the year.
places in Europe in the summer.
It should be
You
outside
are
the
going to
school
pay
season,
a
the school
premium for
holiday
that,
season.
and you are going to have to deal with everybody else in the world who is coming in high season. But that doesn't mean you can't travel in summer, because summer is not high season everywhere. So do a little bit of research and figure out what destinations are in their low season at the time that you can travel. Okay, so Jesse and I grew up in Florida. Florida is a fabulous place to visit in the winter. It's gorgeous. The citrus is in season. Fresh squeezed orange juice
Nanti dekat sana,
everywhere.
nanti
The
kata
temperature
Florida.
is mild. It's lovely.
Even
so
in Port
guess
Dickson,
when
the
everybody
price
wants
of the
to go
room
to
is
Florida in the
very steep and very
winter.
high,
If
expensive
you are
as well.
traveling in the
Masa
summer,
aku
Florida is in
cuti
their
sekolah
off-season.
and then during
So you are
weekend.
going to pay
Nak go travel during
off-season
weekdays.
prices in the summer. It is going to be hot. But a lot of us don't mind the heat. And you can have fun in the heat. Little tip from a Floridian: don't go to Disney in August. Too hot. Think of pavement everywhere, asphalt everywhere. What happens to asphalt in heat? It's too hot. But there are plenty of lovely beach destinations in the summer that are fantastic. Jesse and I took our honeymoon in Key West in July. It was hot. We're Floridians. We dealt with it. It was lovely, and we paid half of what we would have paid had we gone in the winter. Okay, that brings me to my fifth tip. If there is a place that you want to go, look for a budget option within that place. So let's say you really have your heart set on Europe. Fabulous. Europe is wonderful. Try maybe Portugal. Portugal is really surprisingly affordable in a European context. You're not going to pay Chinese prices there. But compared to Paris, yeah, bargain. So kind of take
For a
where
budget destination, you
your
might
general
want also
area.
to consider
So you
about
wanna
the
go to
budget
Europe,
accommodation
or you wanna go to
as
South
well.
America.
Okay,
Then
class?
look within that place for the cheaper options. There's always a less
Okay,
expensive
dia kata
option.
always
Alright, I hope these
consider for
tips
the
were helpful to you.
cheapest
If so,
option.
click.
Okay, before this, we have covered about the types of visitors to destination. They could be budget travelers, they could be adventure tourists, moderate vacationers, homebody tourists. They are all based on their own pocket and budget. And basically, all these are known as the smart travelers because they are traveling to a destination which is fit to their budget. Okay, one of the things that you can consider is by utilizing an apps, example the Airbnb apps, or this one or perhaps you can download or booking.com app. Then you could set your the different price according to your budget. So there will be so many other hotels under your filter based on the price that you have set before. Okay, so I think we have discussed this about the organized mass tourist, the explore the drifter, individual mass tourist before in our previous class about the psychocentric, allocentric. Okay, now a comparison of typologies, the destination activities while on holiday, independent travel versus package holidays. Okay, yang ni dah we have discussed before. The marketing application of typologies. Okay, example, typologies could contribute to decisions of a product development, price and distribution. Typologies in tadi ni typologies we have discussed before about the psychocentric, allocentric, organized mass tourist, individual tourist, the other one the drifter, the honeymooners. Okay, the different kinds of the spectrum of what you call different expectation, different preferences as well. Okay, the example of period Jordan's budget travel need to be told that their perspective holiday package represents good value for money, good value for money. Go to Airbnb, the whole house with a 5-star facilities, kan, one night, kadang-kadang ada 2 bilik kan dalam tu, one night 120 180. You couldn't get that if you travel and you stay in a 5-star hotel. You can't get that. Even 4-star pun you can't get that. Alright, blogs allocentric need to have the adventurous aspects of a product highlighted for them. This one is more on the kind of philosophical context about the different level of the preferences and characteristic of that particular individuals. And satu lagi, traditional idealist must be persuaded that their desired destination is safe. Yang ni untuk orang yang very choosy, alright, and then very picky. Yang ni, yang orang kata everything must be perfect during the holiday, right? But you can cater and match to the needs of this kind of specific behavior of these travelers as well, kan? Janji the facilities is tip top, kan? Bukan saja to cater for the needs of this picky and choosy traveler, but for everybody. Macam tu. But this what we call could be a challenge one. Alright. Tengok, okay, classic segmentation criteria and their application in tourism. Yang ni rasa macam we have discussed before. you segment the destination based on geographic, socioeconomic, demographic, psychographic, behavioristic segmentation. If you don't understand, you can always drop me a question in the YouTube comment there, or you could also ask me in the Telegram group. Okay, all right. So let's go to the next slide. The family life cycle and visitor attractions. Yang ni, this one. Ciao. Anak-anak ni ramai, daripada kecil kepada yang besar, teenage, kepada yang besar lagi, young adult like you are young adult. Satu lagi young couple. Basically dia punya age tu dia overlap dengan young adult. Sometimes young adult married at early age, tapi young couple ni by definition after you have graduated, example you are 24, 25, dia 25 and above. Young couple with baby below 30s, growing families 30 and 40s, empty nesters yang dalam lingkungan 50 to 60, elderly 60s and above. All these different characteristic, different needs, different behavior, different in terms of level of choosing, picky, always different. Tak sama. Young couple with baby, the needs will always be different with the young adult or teenagers lagi lah. Young couple, baby, everything, wherever they go, wherever they are, and they must be seriously think about their baby, kan. Macam growing families lagilah nak kena fikir tentang anak-anak, makan, minum, pakai, berapa ramai orang boleh muat satu bilik, kan. Macam itulah. Elderly, dia fikir husband and wife, dia fikir dua orang tu je, sebab anak-anak pun tak travel together with them, kan. Alright. Okay, we go to this family lifestyle visitor attractions. Okay, child, kanak-kanak, teenagers, orang teenagers lah, dia fikir diri dia teenagers. Okay, young adult sama juga. Okay, tapi dia lebih kepada what we call this one, new experiences. They can decide on their own as well. Teenagers, the decision is not made by them. Decision is always influenced by the parents. Young adult, sometimes dia nak go mana-mana, dia go lah. Parents pun tak halang lagi dah. Yang couple lagi lah orang tak heran, kan. Alright. Ibu apa lagi lah tak heran. Okay, kita nak tengok ni empty nesters. Chance to learn something new. Passive rather than active. Passive rather than active participant. Most of the time. Sebab biasa kalau empty nesters ni orang yang dah 50 to 60 ni kan, macam your parents kan, ramai yang dah macam malas-malas lah kan, nak go travel. Kalau you can drive a car, and your parents know that you cannot drive a car, you go wherever, shopping mall, you go to your market, you must your parents mesti nak suruh ataupun ajak you together, because you'll become the driver. Macam itulah, simple macam tu. Elderly, kalau ada ibu bapa yang elderly 60s and above, macam mana, watching rather than doing. Yang paling penting, pergilah dekat swimming pool. Biasa yang lepak belakang tu kan, yang baring tu semuanya yang atuk nenek tengok cucu berenang dalam kolam. Nak suruh dia berenang memang tak kuasa lah aku, kan. Macam tu lah. Alright. Okay. Alright. Okay, tengok this one. Okay, different forms of behavioristic segmentation. Tengok user status. Ni user status. Pernah tidur di sini, pernah tinggal di sini, pernah menggunakan peralatan ini, pernah menggunakan this kind of perkhidmatan. Tu user status. Never use ex user, first time user, regular user. Okay, you can always look at the attributes or elements under the readiness age, kan. Ni semua I think you can go this one by yourself. Attitude to product, enthusiastic, indifferent. Indifferent ni tak ada apa-apa, dia neutral. Okay, biasa je, tak ada apa-apa. Benefit soft. Okay, benefit soft is always based on your status, economy, new experiences, good service, excitement, making friends, macam tu lah. And then loyalty to product, total, partial, none, or purchase occasion, regular purchaser, once in a lifetime purchaser. This one is always under the category different forms of behavioristic segmentation. One particular individual will always be different with the other one. Your friends, katakan namanya Elisa dengan Suhaida, walaupun sama age, tapi different characteristic, different in terms of the readiness stage, attitude to product lain, benefit soft lain, purchase occasion lain. Sebab manusia kan, is very complicated. Tapi satu saja yang benda yang sama, dia mesti ada rasa happy bila berada di sesuatu tempat, mengalami pengalaman sesuatu macam tu. Dia mesti rasa kena ada rasa happy. Itu je, rasa happy dan puas hati. Major threat, events of 11 September, yang ni dululah. Ni apa-apa event berkenaan dengan yang berkaitan dengan keganasan, bunuh-bunuh ke whatsoever, yang tu memang affect very much any kind of tourist all over the globe. Benda yang sama juga kalau ada aktiviti keganasan, tempat tu tak selamat, bom sana bom sini. Sekarang ni ada pandemik COVID-19, itu semua akan affect visitors decision to travel to certain destination, natural disasters kan. Kalau nak pergi Indonesia, kadang-kadang kena fikir pula earthquake kan. Earthquake ke Indonesia tinggi juga, bukan kecil-kecil punya gegaran yang menyebabkan kemusnahan. A new approach to typologies and segmentation, stop travelling anywhere altogether, still travel but avoid certain types of transport. This one is some of the challenges. Still travel but avoid certain types of destination. After terrorist attack, decide to visit destination that attack because of the belief that terrorists never strike twice in the same place. After terrorist attack, decide to visit destination because the immediate post-attack period price will be very low. Sama juga dengan before and after earthquake ataupun about any kind of natural disaster happen that particular site. Semua orang akan fikir before and after. Okay. So that's it for our today's class. I hope you enjoy for today's lesson. I'll see you next week. Assalamualaikum. Bye.